'Cause you never know what tomorrow brings in this crazy life. Hey, this life, this life, this life.
What is going on, everybody? It is Barber223. We are back with yet again another video. So, I am so sorry I have not been uploading as much as I would like to. To be honest, guys, I have been so busy in real life. It's the end of the semester in college, and we're almost done. But, yeah, I've been real busy. I haven't been able to get on YouTube as much as I want to. But, as always, you're still helping me get some subs and views, and I appreciate it, guys. So today we're going to be doing a little voiceover of me PvPing. It's just going to be a couple BGs. I'm playing on my Magic Necro here, guys, and we're just going to say, you know, it's going to be the raw footage of me playing. It's going to be, I'm going to die, I'm going to tell you what I did wrong, why I died, this, that, and the other. It's going to be cool. It's just me getting some content out there and showing you guys the mind behind why I do what I do, how I play. And, yeah, it's just, you know, not everything's going to be perfect. We all make mistakes, and we can't all post just our great times. Let's post the bad times too, you know? So, the match is about to start, and as always, guys, before we get going here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate all the love you give me. And, yeah, let's just do it. So, here we go. So, the match is starting here. We got stupid Capture the Relic. Unfortunately, we got Capture the Relic. But yeah, so we're just going to do this. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. I don't remember exactly what happens in this match, but I see this purple team up here. And I'm just kind of, you don't want to dive in too early. You kind of just want to sit back, let the fight come to you. So we're seeing what happens here. And as you see, I put a totem down. That is something I do very often. Is I would just put a totem down, sit in it, and if someone pushes me, they get feared. I drop my ult there. It gets a few hits, but as you can see, it hits the minor vulnerability on that guy. We get the nice little kill, poked him with the force pulse. And we see this guy's pretty low, so we're going to jump in, help the purple team a bit, see if we can finish them both off. And we do. So we have this Warden here in a 1v1. This guy is very tanky. He was running the Black Rose Prison Staff, he was running Winterborn, and he was just tanking. So we know that he's not super bursty, he just has procs, so we're kind of just going to keep the damage up and see if he can sustain it, because it doesn't seem like he has crazy recovery and resources. As you can see, we're putting a lot of pressure into him here. We drop a Fear Totem, knowing it wasn't going to hit him. I don't know why I did. But yeah, we keep the pressure up. He's very tanky, he has a lot of health, a lot of resistance, so we see a teammate jump down. And as you see, we get outnumbered, we're not in a good position to kite, so we just back it up here, reset a bit, see what's going on. And I'm using an ice staff on my back bar right now, guys. I really enjoy doing this. I switched it recently. It actually is really nice. I'm using infused with a weapon damage glyph. So what I've been doing is I use a blast bones. I switch to the back bar. I tap them with a light attack to get my weapon damage buff, and it hits a lot harder. Plus, you get the nice blocking as a with the staff. And you could use one-handed shield, but I like the ice staff right now just because we have a really nice magicka pool. And being able to poke people from afar to proc our weapon damage buff is very nice. So we're here, we're trying to just clear this flag out here, and this guy knows I'm coming for him, so he kind of runs. I'm not going to chase. I don't know if I get the kill. It doesn't look like I do, so I don't even chase him. I just let him get away, unfortunately. So we have the whole green team here. I see I'm outnumbered. I got to back up. I drop my totem, I see I have a lot of pressure on me, so what I do here is I pop my Goliath when the time comes, I believe. Yes, I do. Here he goes. So, when you're outnumbered like this, and people are dropping ultis on you, and you're blocking out of resources, you can pop this Ravenous, and everyone will run away from you, or you kill them. It's really that simple. As you can see, this DK is saying, hell no, I'm running away. If we can get him. Do we get him? Yeah, he is fast. So we drop our Fear Totem. And this guy's just retreating like crazy. We finally get the kill after a long-awaited time. So, yeah. So what we're doing now is just pretty much helping our teammate here. Just trying to help him get out of this area. We have our heals up. We have everything up trying to help him. And he does get away, so we're just going to lay pressure into these guys. And we have this Sork here, very squishy, so we kind of just give him a few pokes with Force Pulse and he goes down. And, yeah, so we're really, as you can see, honestly, guys, in anything in BGs, I kind of just play deathmatch. I gotta be honest. I know. Some of you guys may hate it, but I don't really care to play the objective. I just want to play the game. So here we go. So I'm 5-0 right now, and we're just looking around for fights, seeing what we can find. Another thing to note, guys, is if you're playing a Magic Necro, or if you want to, the biggest thing is keeping up your Spirit Guardian, because it will give you extra recovery, so very, very important. And here we go. We see the purple team here again. We are going to take them on by ourselves, because why not? So I dropped my Fear Totem in a little choke point there, just so if anyone runs through it. As you can see, it just worked. I just feared someone as I was saying it. You drop that in a little choke point. People have to run through it. And we're just going to fight this Warden 1v1. We know he's going to have his bugs, Subterranean up, so we got to dodge that. If you just don't stand in front of a Warden, you can kind of dodge their Subterranean. So we have a lot of pressure on us here. We jump down, we pop a potion, go right into our Goliath. That way we don't die. And we kind of just put a lot of DPS into this guy here. He doesn't really sustain it well, and we just melt him. And we're back up again. So I'm going to get as much pressure into people with my Goliath as I can. It's almost up, though, so we kind of just know it's about to end, so we back up, and there it goes. Yeah. So we see our teammate taking a lot of pressure here. It didn't let me heal him for some reason. I tried to hit him with a nice resistant flesh. It did not work, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So we're back again with this Warden. He's putting a lot of pressure into us. We got the fear going. And what you can do here, as you guys may see, I'm putting my Fear Totem around this pillar, because if they have to chase me around to get LOS, I'm going to just eat it. Unfortunately, my skill took forever to work there. So as you can see, the Fear is doing bits for us. We can just run around this pillar and kind of just kite it out. And I'm trying at this point just to get my ultimate up, because I really need it. I'm low, I'm very low, and I'm trying to just stay alive at the moment. That's why I'm trying to heavy attack, keep my magic up. We're getting somewhere. We're dropping our totem again just to stay out of the pressure. And we see that the other team comes and kind of helps me out a bit. So we back up, get our magic up, and we get hit with an ulti dump there. Not very nice. And just trying to kite it out until we get an ultimate, and hopefully it works. I'm almost out of resources, and I can't break out, but I get my Goliath at the perfect time. And I survived the fight. It worked out. And that's the thing, guys. On a Magic Necro, it's really nice if you can drop that totem and you can kite and get your ultimate. And as you can see, everyone scatters like a bunch of little kids, so they run away. And we get the kill on the guy that was fighting us that entire time. Worked out well. So I was using Destructive Cleanse for a while on my my Magic Necro for my CC. And honestly, like, I didn't like it because you had to actually aim it. Like, I really like the fact that you can just drop your totem, sit in it, and you get that minor protection while just sitting in it, and you can just fight, and people have to push you. It really, really throws off melee builds because they can't really do anything. They have to run into you. So most stamina builds, it really, really does wonders. And that's the thing you really struggle against on a magic build, is melee classes. So like, it's very, very nice to be able to drop that totem and sit in it, hold your ground a bit, and not have to worry about CCing people or having to do it yourself. It just handles the work for you. It's such a nice skill. And even in a team fight, totem can do wonders for you, because it can, like I said earlier, you can drop it in a choke point like I did here, and if he runs through this at all, he's getting hit. So it's very nice. I kind of wish it lasted longer or ticked every second rather than every 2, because right there he would have been feared if it didn't run out. But yeah, not too bad. It's a good skill regardless. So as you can see, we're winning here. Probably gonna win. And my teammate gets melted, unfortunately. But as you can see, another thing to note is that keeping up your Mortal Coil is very, very important. You've got to keep it up. If you don't keep your Mortal Coil up, you will die. It's such a strong heal. It's weird because Mortal Coil has that tooltip. It's like, if you do the math, mine is like 17.5k over 12 seconds. So like, that's less than 1,000 a second. Like, compared to Rapid Regen, that'll do 18k in 5 seconds. But for some reason, I swear Mortal Coil is a better heal. I don't know why. I really don't know what it is. It seems like Mortal Coil is like the strongest heal over time in the freaking game. It's so good, and it's just so clutch. Oh, and here I get melted, guys. But as you can see, we had our Ravenous again. You save it for those moments. You save it for those moments. And we get the kill on the guy that almost bursted us. And this Warden here, I don't even want to fight him. I know I'm not killing him 1v1 or 1vx, so I'm kind of just kiting it. I have so many different dots on me. I'm trying to just get the hell out of there. And I do. Hopefully this guy chases me for a 1v1, I drop my totem. I know he's coming for me. And he runs away because I have a totem. It's telling you, it saves my life constantly. So we know that Warden is going to use procs against us, so we just back up. And we get a nice little 1v1 here. But we unfortunately get bursted. So as you can see, guys, we do die. Sometimes you lose a fight. He got us with a nice little combo there. I really didn't react quick enough. That was my fault completely. If I would have broke out quicker, I mean, I believe I pressed the breakout and it didn't like work as quick as I would have liked it to. If I could have broke out and roll dodged that Executioner, I would have been able to get a nice burst heal and been back to full. But I did not get the breakout quick enough. So here we are again. We get another kill. I believe this match is going to end any second. I'm not really sure. But yeah, guys, I mean, as you can see, not everything is going to be perfect. Sometimes you take an L. It happens. And that dude bursted me, so GG's. It's really tough playing BGs as well as a solo player, only because, like, there's a lot of procs going around still. Like, although the proc meta isn't as strong as it was, it's still, you know, procs are the king in BGs. It's just so good. So we see the entire green team here, so we're going to try to hopefully get them together in one little bunch, and we get a nice little hit with our Goliath. Unfortunately, it wasn't great, but we're going to poke this sword and kill him. And as you can see, I see the Warden has his ultimate, and I want to help him kill him because he hasn't died yet. And there he goes down. We just keep our heals up now. We have a lot of people hitting. So there's the game. We go 14-1. Played really well. It was a fun match. And the other Warden went 13-1 because he was very, very tanky. But it was a lot of fun there. And here we are. We're getting ready to join the second match. So here we go. Let's do it. Alright, so here we are, loading into the next match. I had to cut out the audio for a second, guys. My bad if the editing was weird, but the freaking fire alarm just went off in my building at school, so I had to evacuate and handle some stuff because I work here. But, yeah, we're back recording again. So, anyways, stuff happens, I guess, right? You hate to see it. What are the odds of me right when I start recording a voiceover is the fact that a freaking fire alarm goes off. And if I would have kept it in, it probably would have made your speakers explode into 27 pieces. So don't wait. I saved you guys. But anyways, in any event, here we go. We are getting ready to play a match of Crazy King. Pretty fun. This was a fun one because my build, like, I just was able to show pretty, like, being tanky. There's a lot of people hitting me at a couple points, so here we go. Sorry about that. So, as you can see, we start the match with throwing our totem right up in the middle. The only place that people need to do the objective, we throw it right there. Because why not? Just mess with people. And we're kind of just staying back here. You know, when there's a giant cluster of people, especially on a build like mine, range, light armor, we got to stay back. Do not want to push in there and get killed instantly, because you will. So, we're looking for somebody to hit. And who we can burst a little bit. And we see a couple people are a little bit low, but nothing crazy. And as you can see, Purple has overwhelmed the flag, but I dropped my big boy Colossus in there, and we actually get quite a few kills just off of that right there. And yeah, that was, you know, if you can save your Colossus from when there's a big cluster, you're going to wreck people. So we see we're getting hit from behind with a Sork here. So we just turn around and see if we can kill him real quick. He streaks through us. You know how it is. And we end up killing him. So this match was pretty intense, to be honest. It was action the entire fight. So we're kind of just trying to focus people, and we see that we're getting hit with a lot of procs here. So we pop a push and we hit our block, and we're kind of just trying to survive. For some odd reason, I don't know if I die here, but no, look, we end up escaping. But I had to use my burst heal, my resistant flesh, like 7 times. It kept hitting my teammate instead of me. So if I would have just got my own heal, it would have worked out fine. But sometimes that happens. Then we see this is the same warden from last match, just sitting up there poking people. But yeah, we're like, okay, so we just back up here. This dude's real squishy, so I think we finish him off there. Maybe. No, we do not. Can we finish this guy off? No, we don't. But yeah, as you can see with the frost staff, that's why I like it. Is, you know, I held block, I got my resistant flesh, I got up to full health, and I got the hell out of there. And that's what I really like too. Also about being infused on my staff is that if I block and then I pop 1 light attack, I get 450 spell damage, and my heals are gonna hit just that much harder. So it's a really nice way to buff your heals. I think it might be I think it's better than having powered, because you can literally like buff your damage and your healing at the same time instead of just having powered for your heals. So if you use your blast bones, like I said earlier, into your light attack, it really makes a difference. And we see a lot of pressure on us here, so we're kind of just going into here. A nice thing for this little map here is under this little overpass, you can drop your totem in there, and it's such a nice choke point for you to kite. So that's something to note. And that's something you can do anywhere. Like if you think, you got to think Cyrodiil and Imperial City, like you just got to play with Necro in ways that you can like kite and choke people into going into certain areas. Like for this, you put it on a flag, or in Cyrodiil you put it in a tower entrance. Like anything you can do to just slow people down, create space and distance, and do your burst combo. So as you can see here, I turn around, I see there's a lot of pressure on me, and I drop my totem right there in the entrance. So that way if he pushes me, he will be feared. And he doesn't push me because he knows. And we end up getting the kill because he has nowhere to go because of my totem. So it works out. And that's what I think totem is a really good and underrated skill, especially for group utility. It can make the biggest difference. So as we can see, the purple team here is kind of squatting up a bit. We have our ultimate ready, so if we get a nice little fear on somebody, we dropped our totem, and I fell in the lava. But if we get the fear here on anybody, we're going to drop that Colossus right on them. We do, and I got pressure, so I had to back up. But, so, you know, important thing to note is just don't overextend. If you have some pressure and you want to get your burst down, surviving is always first. You gotta live. And as you can see here, we're hitting this warden, but as you guys know, and most of us do know, warden is pretty much unkillable from projectiles. They just can eat them. And if he's using the morph, that will hurt me. So I can literally kill myself from hitting with projectiles. So here we go again. We drop another totem. We get the fear. We hit our Colossus, and he has the major vulnerability now. And I'm sure he will end up dying at some point here. He's pretty low already. If we get our burst into him, we'll be dead. We just heal up, and there he goes down. And that's another thing that's really nice about Necro, is that if you summon a blast bones and you're low, you can go back to your front or your back bar, heal up, and your blast bones can hit because it's delayed. So you can heal up and do damage while you're healing, which is very nice. It's very useful. And they changed blast bones. If you guys do not know, actually it got better because they fixed it a little bit. So before the update, it was based on the distance traveled that it would do more damage, which was cool, but it wouldn't work correctly. It wouldn't scale. So now they changed it to where every second that it ticks, it does more damage. So as you can see, the timer on blast bones is what, like 6 seconds, 7 seconds. So you summon it, and if it waits like 5 seconds because it's slow as hell, you know how it is. Sometimes they're brain dead. It'll hit harder. So that's cool. So you kind of get rewarded for having to wait. I mean, I don't notice it doing that much extra damage, but it is nice, especially when it crits. So yeah, we're just running around kind of looking for a fight at the moment, and we're getting a lot of pressure from this DK here. And if you have a DK on you, your best choice is to literally just run away and break the dots, break the close quarters, because that's really what they got. Playing a mag DK is a blessing and a curse because they are really fun. They have a lot of burst potential up close, and they can melt people 1v1, but if you just run away from them, there's not much they can do. They can't really poke you from afar. honestly, guys, I was thinking about making a range DK because with the heavy attack damage you get, it could be really interesting. You could use chains, would be pretty cool. So I'm gonna try something like that. I'm just gonna test, you know, theory craft, make a build. But as you can see here, we got the red team pretty low. My team's putting in a lot of pressure, so I'm just gonna help him out here. See if we can finish this guy. He's kind of just running away, and everything I'm doing is getting dodge rolled. So it kind of sucks. So we're just rebuffing here. We see a lot of fighting over there, so we're kind of just working our way over. And we see a Stammed here. So as I was saying last video, or last clip, is that when you see them using their bugs, subterranean, you kind of just got to back up. Try to break the line of sight of them hitting you, because if it does hit you, you're probably going to get bursted. If they have their subterranean into a Dawnbreaker, like you guys saw in the last BG, I did get bursted once from that, so yeah. And we have this warden here. It's the same warden from before, but we know if we put pressure into this guy, he will die. We know he has a cleanse, so we got to keep our buffs up. And we put a lot of pressure into him. He falls into the lava, and he dies. I believe when I was playing and I recorded this, I said in my head, that guy isn't that good without procs. No offense to him, but he uses Black Rose and stuff, so. And this is actually a no proc, but this is the same build I'm using from the build video I just released, so this is gameplay for it. And it's more gameplay, more in-depth gameplay, me giving my thoughts. And as you can see here, there's a cluster of people, so we kind of just pop our Ravenous that way to get our safety net and our big dot damage from just doing damage. So we're kind of just sitting here in our totem because people are pushing us for some stupid reason. As you can see, this sword gets melted. We turn around, we see this warden here. I don't know why he's pushing and fighting here. That was very silly. If you guys fight a Goliath, the best option is to just run away. So he should have, he did not. So you see the purple team here, kind of just trying to take the flag. Like I said before in my build video, if you're fighting from range and you got a lot of pressure in one area, you just drop your totem from range and do it. As you can see here, we kind of got bursted. Dude was spamming whirling blades, and we got hit with a crystal frag that kind of put us into execute range, and it was really my fault. I didn't realize how many people were hitting us. In reality, I probably should have just turned all my race against time, tap block as I was running away, just to block the projectiles and get lucky, and then get behind the building and heal up. But it's 20/20 hindsight. It happens. Sometimes you just want to kill people. Like I had that warden pretty low, and I just wanted to kill him, but it didn't work. He ended up killing me because he had more help, and it was stupid of me. So we see a lot of dots hitting us here. So we're gonna just try to kite it out. We're gonna stay there, but he just followed us around the corner. So as you can see, we created distance. We broke the line. So we're gonna just run away. I mean, there's no point in taking a 1v4, especially with the one warden using Black Rose Prison. We know it hits like a truck. So we see us getting hit from the back here. So what we do is we're running, we're kiting, we're popping a potion just to get back under here, under this canopy. As I mentioned before, we drop our totem. I get pretty low, and I do get bursted. I was spamming my Goliath button. I don't know what happened there. It was not proccing, or not activating. I used it, but I think it was because I was rolling that maybe it didn't work. And sometimes I press the button too fast. I'm like in a rush and I press my ultimate click too fast and it doesn't work. So yeah, we made another mistake of not using our ultimate quick enough. I don't know. But again, I was telling you, I got hit with the warden special, the subterranean into the finisher, and it was my fault because I saw it coming and I just didn't get out of the way. So we have another Sork here on us. We drop our totem, and it just seems it's a nice little. It seems like a trend. Like if someone hits us with a totem, or someone hits us, you know, we drop our totem. People seem to run away, and I really am glad about that. So that's something to note. And we drop our Goliath again. We're just kind of unkillable in this, and it helps our team out a lot because nobody wants to deal with it. They just run away. It's such a pain in the ass to deal with. So we get the warden, the tanky warden, we kill him. Use our group to kill him. And I'm just checking out my stats. So we see the Sork hitting us from the side again. The way I died earlier, we're spamming block just to get our heals up, get our buffs up, and we get some resources back. Something to note, guys, is that Another nice thing about an ice staff is that you block, and when you do heavy attack to get resources back, you get a nice little damage shield. I believe it's like 4k. So that's something really nice too. I mean, it's 4k, it's nothing crazy, but that's going to absorb a crystal frag, it's going to absorb a wrecking blow, it's going to really mitigate a lot of damage, more than you really realize. So being able to heavy attack and get your magic back from range and have a damage shield, like Ice Staff offers a lot in that way. One-handed shield is good too, but I love having that extra source of magic and being able to block with our primary resource, really. So I did block the meteor there. I don't know what happened, but it still hit us. And we're kind of just getting hit with a lot of pressure here, so we're trying to pick out a target, but we just have to pop a potion and just sit there and heal up. We got this dude low, though, so we're just going to keep the pressure up, drop our ultimate, make them expand, and separate a bit, and they do. We see the Warden again, just very, very tanky. We try to just put as much pressure into him as we can. I mean, some pressure is better than no pressure. So we're just putting the pressure on him, doing what we can. He's very tanky, and let's be honest, it's very tough to kill 1v1, but he doesn't really do a lot of damage himself, so just eating up a lot of the damage he's doing. And he inevitably survives the fight. And we have a teammate here. I believe he just sits at my feet like a silly guy. Yeah. And we see the match is about to end, so we're like, alright, we're going to run away. I'm getting hit with a meteor, and I do tank it out. I do eat it. I block it. I get around the corner, and the match, unfortunately, ends. So, guys, that is all. I just wanted to give some indication of how I play, how I think, why I do what I do. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more gameplay of commentary like this, please let me know down below. I would really like to give my insight more often. So instead of just putting music over it, put my voice over it. That's it, guys. Have a good one, and thanks for tuning in. And more content's coming soon. I apologize for the delay. As always, summer is coming. School's almost over. I will be releasing more content more frequently. So that's all I got, and have a good one.